Peter Obi, Atiku, Kwankwaso, others must unite to oust Tinubu and rescue Nigeria, APC chieftain says. And this APC chieftain is the Salihu Lukman, the former APC national vice chairman for the Northwest, who I think he has left APC right now. So he is now saying that Peter Obi, Kwankwaso, and Atiku Abubakar and other presidential candidates must come together, form an alliance to remove Tinubu by 2027 because the government is obviously inefficient and is indifferent concerning the plight of the people. Let's get into the details to hear more from Salihu Lukman. He also noted that the federal government insensitivity and lack of optics and tact have made the country highly volatile, of course. So a former national vice chairman Northwest of the All Progressive Congress APC, Salihu Lukman, says the government of President Bola Tinubu is indifferent to the plight of Nigerians and the sorry state of the nation. He lamented that despite the widespread hardship and hunger in the country, Tinubu's government has embarked on frivolous and extravagant spending, and that is true. So he noted that the federal government insensitivity and lack of optics and tact in handling matters of national significance have made the country highly volatile. He charged Nigerians to rise to the occasion and begin the process of reforming the democratic structures of the country in the aftermath of the #EndBadGovernance with a view to ousting the APC from power. That's a good one. So Lukman, in a statement issued Sunday titled #EndBadGovernance Campaign, What Next? Every committed Democrat in the country must wake up to this challenge and seek to mobilize Nigerians to direct their anger creatively and positively towards reformation of democratic structures in the country. He says as it is, the President Asiwaju Tinubu's administration seems to be on a roller coaster of aggrandized spendings amid mass hunger and poverty in the country, which is partly responsible for the highly volatile situation in the country today. Every committed Democrat in the country must wake up to this challenge and seek to mobilize Nigerians to direct their anger creatively and positively towards reformation of democratic structures in the country. The former APC chieftain said that given that majority political leaders are already aggrieved and with the way the government has rendered virtually all registered political parties comatose, the process of uniting aggrieved political leaders across all parties must earnestly commence. He added, this is the point when ideally opposition leaders such as Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, Mr. Peter Obi, and Senator Rabiu Kwankwaso should step forward to provide the needed leadership to reform our democracy and ensure the emergence of a functional political party capable of rescuing Nigeria. So in addition to opposition leaders, other political leaders in APC who have been edged out of the party should join forces with opposition leaders to rescue the country and put Nigeria back on the path of democratic development. So these leaders include Professor Yemi Osinbajo, Chief Rotimi Amechi, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, Senator Ibikunle Amosun, Malam Nasser El-Rufai, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola, and many others. So while acknowledging that there are already unfolding initiatives in this direction, the rising anger in the country must be utilized and directed to strengthen the emergence of a veritable functional political party different from PDP and APC, Labour Party and NNPP. As it is, it must be acknowledged that these parties cannot serve as a platform to rescue Nigeria from its current unfortunate self-inflicted downward spiral producing mass poverty and starvation. This guy don't vex. Salihu Lukman. I know that some people will say, why are you saying this? When Buhari was there, did you speak? I know somebody will say that. On the other hand, do you think that these people can form a formidable team or a formidable party or a formidable opposition to get APC and PDP out of power? Okay, the likes of Atiku made Kwakwanso and Peter Obi to leave PDP. El-Rufai has been there, and with his, tendency for causing security problems in the country, how can you merge with that kind of person with the arrogant son and himself too? Well, with what happened in the Kaduna South, Southern Kaduna Christians, where El-Rufai was there as governor, and there was, in fact, the way they annihilated those people and he didn't do anything, he practically supervised that action. So how can you work together with such person? And then how are we sure too that the so-called ethnic bigotry, political and religious bigotry party alliances will allow these people to form a formidable team? That's a big question. The question again is that if these people come together, who will be the presidential candidate and who will be vice presidential candidate? Who will step down for the other? Because Obi want to be president, Kwakwanso want to be president, Atiku want to be president. So now, who do you think will be president and who will be vice president? And how will the country move forward? Those are the questions that we need to ask ourselves. You understand? And with this so-called rotational presidency, if you look at that combination, it's only Peter Obi, Kwakwanso, and Atiku are from the north. Only Peter Obi is from the south. And from the minority south, where they said they are never going to be president of Nigeria. So the question is, how can we solve this Nigerian problem with this? I understand where Salihu Lukman is coming from. He thinks that this government, actually APC, has failed, and the only way is to form a formidable team that will oust the president and the APC come 2027. But again, how can these people also form a formidable team without self-ego, without pride, without desperation and all of that, without tribal bigotry, religious and political affiliations and party affiliations? How? Without selfish interests and sentiments being attached? How? Those are the very big questions that need to be answered. It is not enough to just say we are coming together. What is going to be the terms of the union? Okay, who will do what? Who will be what? Those are the things that we need to also verify. Okay, but I know that some people will say some things about what Salihu Lukman is suggesting. And so we said the plan will only be a reasonable and wise one if the two politicians from the north will give Peter Obi the chance of becoming the presidential candidate in the next election, since he is from the south, because there is no way the southerners will allow the north to tamper with the 8 years meant for the south. That makes sense? But the same way I was asking, will Kwakwanso and Atiku give way? They will not. The Nigerian Gen Z, which holds the voting strength, can only factor into the alliance if Obi becomes a presidential candidate of the party, exactly, or of the pact. So the other two should forget a presidential ambition and be senior behind the scene, managers of the scene. Okay, the job is not a Babariga adorning one. It is a knowledge-based assignment, and Obi has demonstrated profound proficiency in that regard. He is an Abiola rebate because MKO was another Nigerian who knew the issue and how to tackle them. Thank you. Well, that is your own opinion, and it's a very nice one anyway. The Gen Z who holds the voting power actually wants to be not at the likes of Atiku, Kwakwanso, or even Tinubu. That is the truth. Somebody who has brain and who is alert, who is healthy, medically fit, and intelligent enough, and the wit power to do the right thing, will be pass all the checks. That is the truth. So thank you for listening. Let's have your comment. Ibn Salihu Lukman is calling on opposition presidential candidates to come together to form an alliance that will unseat APC come 2027.